Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just wanted to briefly thank my colleagues for their affirmative vote on House Resolution 674. As many of you know, Lou Gehrig's disease, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, is a disease that I've been personally engaged with for some time. It's an issue that I've advocated for since I got here in this chamber, and you all have been very supportive of it. And I wanted to take this time just to thank you. Very briefly, for some of the new members who might not be aware, both of my parents were diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease. My dad passed away my senior year in high school after only having the disease about 18 months, and my mom lived almost 9 years. The worst part, Mr. Speaker, about Lou Gehrig's disease is the effect that it has on the individual patients. It's a disease that incapacitates individuals, and it makes them dependent on others for their care, all the while leaving their mind completely intact. Mr. Speaker, it's a very real disease that has very real impacts on us as individuals. And unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, it will also have a significant impact on our budget going forward. For the last 5 years, I've had my friends at the ALS Association come up and lobby you as members, and you've graciously opened your hearts and your doors and spent time with them. Mr. Speaker, the request is very simple. We have between 800 and 900 patients in the Commonwealth that suffer from Lou Gehrig's disease. We have a wonderful clinic structure here in the Commonwealth that is supported primarily through private dollars. Unfortunately, there's an area of great concern on the horizon, and that is the statistic that individuals with Lou Gehrig's disease are twice as likely to come from veterans. Anyone who has given of their time and of their service, and we're joined by one here today off to the left that the Speaker had introduced earlier, is twice as likely to have Lou Gehrig's disease as compared to other individuals. The reason that this is so important is because we as a Commonwealth, and we recognized them earlier today, have the largest contingent of deployed National Guard troops in the country. Mr. Speaker, unfortunately, these individuals are at a statistically higher risk. They're at a much higher risk for Lou Gehrig's disease. The average occurrence is 1.25 million. And dating back to World War II, there's significant data that shows that our military troops are twice as likely, or 1 in 125,000 is their odds. Mr. Speaker, as we look forward at the budget and all the areas that we're all very passionate about, and this one happens to be mine because I have a personal connection. And I've had friends and family ask me, why do you continue to advocate for this? Your parents are deceased. Mr. Speaker, the answer is quite simple. Knowing the horrors of the disease and the impact that it has on us as individuals that care for our loved ones and care for the patients, I don't want anyone else to have to go through that story. I don't want anyone else to have to live it, Mr. Speaker, and most importantly, I don't want our veterans to have to come home and have an increased risk of this disease. It is imperative that we as a Commonwealth put the infrastructure in place to care for those individuals who are currently deployed or have been deployed and will be returning home. Because the statistics don't lie, Mr. Speaker. Those individuals are twice as likely, and we need to be twice as ready when they need our help. So as my good friends off to the left continue to advocate for funding, I know the budget is tight, and I know that as we go forward, it's always easy to put it off to the future. But Mr. Speaker, that bill's coming due very soon. And as the hundreds of people, particularly in the rural part of the Commonwealth, need our assistance, I just kindly ask for your support and greatly appreciate that you've opened up your offices to them as they advocate on an issue that I also care about, because when you open your offices to them, you've also opened it to me, and I just want to thank you.